Hi, welcome to Naptime Nutrition. This is Yaffi Lvova, registered dietitian, nutritionist, and owner of Baby Blue Nutrition. You can hear from my voice that I've been fighting something, and I was planning on putting up a rerun today, but I figured, you know what, I came up with something cool, so I'm going to run with it. Practical happiness. I love giving practical tips to things that are really difficult because you hear all the time, be happy, feel gratitude, express gratitude, but how do you do that? And especially during the holidays, it can be really difficult when we're inundated with a lot of stress, a lot of change in schedules, some cranky kids whose present was the wrong color or the wrong wrapping or not exactly what their cousin got or whatever. It can be really difficult to experience gratitude and joy during this season that is supposedly full of it. So let's figure out how to get practically happy. I have a few tips for you. So first thing, journal. You hear it all the time, journal. I'm really terrible at it. I made a joke in one music class that I'm great at journaling. I do it at least once a year. So here's the thing. I started bullet journaling, which is really just one line per day. And sometimes it's more, but start with one line per day. Alternatively, you can do the 5 happiest moments of the day. And at first that might seem daunting, 5 happy moments, especially if you're a mother with young kids. It's supposed to be the happiest time of your life, but really you're mostly exhausted and pissed off. So it can be a challenge. But what you start to notice is that it's difficult at the beginning, but as you move along with it, it gets you to be more present during the day because you're looking for those moments. And if you can't think of a moment and the day is getting a little bit late, you start to create that moment. How can I create something that I can then journal? And that feels a little bit contrived, but you know what? Your kids are not going to know the difference, whether that was your plan or whether it was your desperate attempt to fulfilling your 5th bullet point of the day. So bullet journaling. Something else you can do is get a really beautiful bowl and write down on a small sheet of paper every day what your happiest moment was that day. And you put it in the bowl. And by the end of the year, you have this bowl that's full of happy memories. So when you're having one of those days where you just want to hide in the closet with a pack of Twizzlers, you can just reach into that bowl and relive a happy moment from earlier that year. And it's really fun to do that. I mean, in theory, I have not actually gotten on top of that, although I've been meaning to do that for a couple of years. I have the bowl and everything, but bullet journaling has done it for me. So tip number 1, journaling. Another thing, eat something delicious. And I'm going to throw out this meme that I created last year. Latkes. Latkes topped with sour cream are much healthier than latkes topped with guilt and shame. Okay, so it's really important to embrace the holidays. And this is for my holiday. You probably have a different tradition. So whatever your tradition is, pick a food that's associated with it and eat it and enjoy it. I have covered mindfulness and food meditation. I'm happy to throw that link in the comments. And it's a really great idea to just pick something that's delicious and run with it, okay? Take a moment to really enjoy it, savor it. Try not to hide in the closet for this. And you can involve your family in this. Just get something delicious on the table and say, hey, we're going to eat this together. How does it taste? How does it feel in your mouth? This reminds me of a time when blah, 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 fill in the blank, whatever your experience is. But this is a great way to not only feel happy for a moment, but to experience that with your kids. And you know what? That could probably be 1 or 2 bullet points on your journal. So next thing, some good music. I have a Pinterest. I have a Spotify list of all of my favorite music throughout the years. And I've got over 200 songs on that now. And it's my relax mix. And some things on it are really not relaxing per se. But, for instance, whenever I hear Freddie Mercury's voice, I just relax. That's my thing. What's your thing? Comment below what your thing is. What gets you to relax? What kind of music is great for you? I did have to leave certain things off of my relax mix, specifically Nine Inch Nails and Björk, because although I really appreciate the music, it was strongly connected to times in my life when I had feelings that I really don't want to revisit when I'm trying to relax. So those are not on that list. I have them in mind for music that I like, but it's not when I'm having a difficult day. I really don't want to throw on Pretty Hate Machine, So think about what works for you. Act like a kid. Okay, bullet point number 3. I have another fun meme for you that I have not yet published. Get a little dirty. Get in there with your kids. Your kids know how to have fun. We as adults have often really lost touch with how to have fun. So take a cue from your kids. You know what? Sit down and color with them. Make Legos, draw something, cook something together. Oh, I'm going to get to that. Forget I said that. Get a little dirty. You know what? You can shower. They can shower. Everyone can take a bath or a hose, whatever is good for the season. But just hang out with them. They really do know how to have a good time. So let them guide you in that. And not only is that you being happy and adding points to your bullet journal, but it's you spending active quality time with them. So get outside, get a little dirty. And that leads us into the next one. Put down the phone. And not only because you want to be present, but because being constantly connected to social media is overstimulation. I started getting these notifications every Sunday, how much time I spend on my phone. It's unbelievable, okay? I need to put it down. You probably do too. You want to be present with your kids, but the truth is that social anxiety, that was a little bit of an apt slip. Social media fuels anxiety, and anxiety is the opposite of happy. It kills your happiness. It's like a happiness murderer. So, I'm not saying don't be on social media. Social media is great for sharing pictures and sharing your struggles and getting good feedback, unless it's medical. Don't go on that for medical. But we overdo it. We're on it constantly. You know what? Try to read a magazine. Try to engage with your kids. Try to just sit and enjoy what you're doing. Appreciate the weather. We don't have to be connected to everyone all the time. If someone calls, you do not have to pick up the phone. You don't have to answer texts right away. You don't have to answer emails right away. You don't have to check these things 5,000 times a day. And it may sound like an exaggeration, but really there's probably an app to see how many times you get into your phone every day. And if you use it, you're probably going to be pretty disappointed that you spent that much time looking at a little box. Okay, I know this is my flip phone. This is my work phone. So if you text me on it, that's why I don't text back. Okay, next thing, self-care. I've talked about self-care. I've talked about it a lot, mainly because I'm awful at it. But my new thing is, sorry, and this is not a plug. I really like these Color Street nails. Okay, and I really love them. I don't have them on at the moment, but I shared a couple of weeks ago. I had these really cool ones on. But to me, that's fun because it's not that it's in the moment that I'm relaxing and appreciating life. It's more that throughout the week or 2 weeks that I have these things on, every time I look down at my nails, I can say, oh, look, that's so pretty. And that does it for me. If something else does it for you, that's great. Go get a massage, watch a couple episodes of Friends, whatever does it for you. Take care of yourself, because you can't care for your family if you don't take care of yourself. And I feel like my voice is really giving out, so I'm going to go a little faster through these. Get outside. Not only does being outside boost your vitamin D, but it's just nice to be outside. So if it's possible with the weather in your area, get outside. If not, open the window shades. Look outside. Take your vitamin C. Take it from me. Okay, have a glass of wine? ? Okay, here's the thing with wine. Alcohol amplifies your feelings. So I once heard someone say, don't drink to be happy, drink to be even happier. So you need to start out from a place of happiness in order to really benefit from having a glass of wine. And this whole mommy juice culture has really gone too far. It's one thing to have a glass of wine at dinner. It's another thing to have a bottle of wine. If you feel like you need a little bit of help with that, reach out to the appropriate person. It's fine to have a glass of wine here and there. I mean, depending on your medical status, depending on your culture. But there isn't a problem with a glass of wine. If it starts being a real thing, like you really need it every day, it might be something to discuss with someone close to you, or with your doctor. Alcohol does amplify feelings. So if you're feeling depressed, that estrogen surge that you're going to get from consuming that alcohol is going to make you feel more depressed. And it's a pretty well documented fact. So keep that in mind. If you're feeling really stressed out, maybe a glass of wine will help. Maybe it'll really work against you. So think about it before you do it. Pet a dog or a cat, or if you're allergic, go pet your neighbor. Learn something new to boost your confidence. And so that might, what if you fail? Well, it's going to be the opposite. So you're going to start off with something small. For me, it's cooking something new. That's what really kind of cuts my tension and makes me happy. And for you, it's probably something different. So think about So think about something you can try that's new, that's easy, that's simple, and that can help boost your confidence, and go for it. Think about your strengths. You can make a list. You can have lists posted all over the house. You'll stop looking at them eventually. They'll just be part of the wallpaper. But think about what you're good at. We spend so much time being down on ourselves and thinking about what we're bad at and how much better off our kids might be if we just kind of let them be raised by gorillas at the zoo, whatever. But think about what you're really awesome at and contemplate that for a minute. Think about a time when you were good at it. Think about the place and what the place smelled like, or maybe what you were eating at this place, or whatever. Think about the whole atmosphere of some place that really helped, like, displayed your strength, some place where you were very strong. Think about that. Be in the moment. Okay, one more meme. It's the last one, I promise. In this moment, I am an awesome mother. Okay, it's really difficult to think about motherhood and being good at motherhood. And people tell me that I'm a good mother, and my first thought is, you really don't know me, or you're not in my house when X number of things is going on. Okay, motherhood is really hard. Parenthood is really hard. We constantly feel like we're doing things wrong, which is why my slogan is more confidence, less mom guilt. We're just constantly feeling like we're wrong about everything. And it's really difficult for me to tell you, no, you're doing a great job, because then you just think, oh, you don't know me. You don't know what's going on. You don't know how awful I am, because I know that's how I react to that. So I started thinking, in this moment, I am an awesome mother. You know, when I'm at Zoyo having frozen yogurt with the kids, or when I'm outside playing with them, or when we're having a dance party, which is a super awesome way to bond with your kids. In those moments, I'm an awesome mother, and that can carry me through the rest of the day. So hang out with that for a minute. Think about a time when you were an awesome mother. And if you really can't come up with a time, create a time, okay? Create a time, have a dance party, and then think, in this moment, I'm an awesome mother. And this is a snowball effect. It's going to get bigger and bigger, and you're going to feel better and better about your momming skills. Okay. Relive some positive memories. And I just alluded to this, make some new ones. Okay, think about your positive memories, and at the same time, think about positive memories you want to create for your kids. As I said in the beginning, yeah, it's kind of contrived, but your kids don't know that. I mean, your meal plan's kind of contrived. Your plan to go out for frozen yogurt is kind of contrived. There's nothing wrong with contrived. There's nothing wrong with thinking deeply about an experience you want to create for your kids and making that happen. Not everything has to be spontaneous and organic. That puts a lot of stress on us. Do something for someone else. And I don't mean your kids. I mean someone else entirely. Next time you're at the supermarket, grab an extra bar of chocolate. And if you see someone struggling with their kids, for example, you go up and give it to them. I mean, after you pay, obviously. You go up and give them the chocolate bar and say, hey, look, this is a nice chocolate hug for you. I've done that before. It makes me feel pretty awesome when I'm having an awful day to just do something randomly nice for someone else. What's that saying? Acts of random kindness. Okay, and the last thing is live your values. A lot of times I find myself doing kind of like do as I say, not as I do type of things. And that really destroys your confidence to do that. Okay, you do as you say. You live your values. Think about what your values are and stick to them. Okay, because you're going to feel much more better about your grammar. You're going to feel much better about yourself, about your parenting, about your relationships, if you can just think about what your values are and live them. So that is it for today's Nap Time Nutrition. I was supposed to have Helena Brooke, the fabulous, on, but we both got a little under the weather, so we're going to postpone that maybe to next week, and we're going to talk about establishing boundaries with family members and friends during the holidays. So super important topic. Come back for that. Nap Time Nutrition every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Arizona time, which is 3 p.m. on the East Coast, and 1 p.m., no, 12 on the West Coast. So come join me for that. Toddler Test Kitchen is coming up. It's going to be taught by Sarah Garone of lovelettertofood.com. That's going to be on January 5th at 10 a.m. at the Farm South Mountain. It was so awesome last time. We had a blast, and I'm going to do it again this time. I have a brand new recipe for you. So come join me for that. Well, join her for that anyway. And if you want to hang out with me at Awesome Toddlers Indoor Playground, at the Santan Mall. I'm going to be there next Tuesday, December 11th at 11 a.m. And we're going to be giving a talk on raising healthy eaters. And we'll be talking while your kids are playing in a safe, enclosed, and clean area. So come join me for that. I will post the Eventbrite link to that. So yeah, come join me. Come say hi. That's it for today. And and Matt says, good talk. You look nice today. Thanks. I better look nice because I don't sound nice. Thanks. See you next week. Thank you so much and happy holidays.